Wayne Mullin, Senator, thanks for joining. I guess, when you listen to all this noise, for the American people, can you help reset? They woke up this morning thinking that the government was open again. Can you frame up the timing of what has to happen to actually get the government open from here?
Marcus, that's a good question because, the procedures we have to follow in the Senate is confusing even for us that serve in the Senate. So what we're doing right now is we're trying to proceed to the bill. So last night we had to invoke cloture to be able to start debate. That's what we did. Now we have to pull the motion to amend the bill because the House bill was sent over as a clean CR. Since we're putting 3 appropriation bills on it and changing the date, we're going to go from 12 appropriation bills down to 9 appropriation bills, or from 12 CRs to 9 CRs and 3 appropriation bills. Plus we have an amendment. Since we're amending it, now we have 8 amendment votes that we got to go through. None of them will be adopted, I don't believe. Then once we do that, we have to have a vote to end debate, and then we will get on sometime tonight, late tonight, I'm sure, to pass the bill. Once we pass the bill that's amended, it'll have to go back to the House. The House will probably vote on it, I'd say, on Wednesday, and then the president will sign it and we'll reopen the government. A lot of moving parts, but that's why people get so upset with the bureaucracy with the government when we have it in our own chamber, having to figure out how to vote and just reopen the government.
Thank you so much for laying that out for us. I'm curious about the vote when it goes back to the House, because our colleague Larry Kudlow had your colleague Senator Tuberville on, and he said, basically this is a done deal, it's going to happen, right? And the senator said, well, when it goes back to the House, you never know. Do you feel that way?
No, listen, President Trump, the leadership table, myself, the Speaker, and leadership over at the House have been walking side by side. We're all in the same boat. We're all rowing in the same direction. We've got the votes in the House or in the Senate to vote on it, and we know that the House is going to do the same. We didn't want to jam the House. We didn't want to have a piece of legislation that comes out of the Senate that the House can't pass. That's why we are very involved all the way through. The only thing that could possibly happen to derail this, Senator Rand Paul from Kentucky is insisting on an amendment vote for the ag portion of the bill to try to add hemp into it, to add the percentage of how much THC can be allowed in hemp. It's a very selfish amendment. Even Mitch McConnell doesn't support this. It didn't make it into the ag bill because he had an opportunity to actually put it during the ag bill. It got voted out of the ag bill. It got voted in the House bill or out of the House bill too. We conferenced them. They still didn't make it. He's still insisting on an amendment vote. If for some reason it were to make it to the bill, there's some people in the House that said they won't support it. They'll have to amend it and send it back to us. So that's the only thing that could happen, but I don't believe that Rand Paul's amendment will pass. Listen, Republicans really don't support hemp that much.
Okay.
Well, the vote that you're talking about happening in the middle of the week is going to take us through when? Through the middle of January? The CR will take us through the middle of January?
Yes.
And then what? We're going to be faced with the same issues again?
Well, it goes till January 30th. We'll have 3 appropriation bills done, so we won't be shutting down the whole government. The SNAP program wouldn't be able to be shut down. Ag, MilCon, VA, all those will already be done. What our purpose of going until December 30th would be to do 4 more appropriation bills. If we can get the 4 more appropriation bills, which we've already had voted out of conference, they're already ready to be moved forward. If we're able to do that, then that'll fund roughly 80% of the government, and then we'll probably CR continuing resolution the other 5 bills. I think we're in a good spot to avoid a shutdown future moving forward, because during this time, President Trump has made it very clear he wants to negotiate. He wants to move forward and try to get health care that's going to work for the American people. Affordable health care is not affordable. It's went up 225%, even though President Obama said it was going to go down 25%, which it hasn't. They know it's not a working bill anymore, so it needs to be redone. We can go from having a community organizer underneath President Obama trying to fix our health care to actually a successful business guy that can bring in people like Dr. Oz, regardless of what Hakeem Jeffrey says, that can help fix the health care system, get it working for the American people again.
Well, let me ask you this, Senator, because the 5 Democrats that joined the Republicans in the Senate, their big pitch to the American people, because essentially they're walking away right now looking like they closed the government down for 40 days and they didn't get what they want, which they didn't. Their big pitch is, well, we're going to draft a bill and we're going to try to get the Affordable Care Act subsidies that way. So how does that fit into this timeline? Because that really is the sticking point.
Well, we've guaranteed them that we'll give them a vote on the ACA, but we can't guarantee an outcome. The American people know that ACA, the Affordable Health Care, is not working for them. So all we've done is said you're going to have a vote before Christmas, but we're not going to guarantee that it'll pass, and neither will the House guarantee that it'll pass the House either. The truth is, the President Trump said the best thing they could possibly said on True Social when he said that why don't we just give the premium tax that we're giving to the insurance companies? Why don't we just give that to the American people and allow the American people to choose what health care they want?
Right. You cut out the middleman. Mark Wayne Mullin, Senator, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.